So parasexuality in fungi. This presentation is also made by a student like you. It means you can also prepare and you will. All the best. So what is parasexuality? This presentation is made by Chaudhary Shrutiben. So first of all, we want to know about what is the parasexuality. Introduction. In some fungi, true sexual cycle comprising of nuclear fusion and meiosis is absent. So these fungi derive benefits of sexuality through a cycle known as parasexual cycle. So first reported by Pontecorvo and J. A. Roper in 1952. So genetic recombinations can only be achieved by sexual reproduction, but studies on bacteria have shown that genetic recombination is also possible through alternative mechanisms. Such an alternative mechanism was observed for the first time by Pontecorvo and Roper in 1952 in Aspergillus nidulans, and they named it as a parasexual cycle. In this process, plasmogamy, karyogamy, and meiosis to take place, but not at a specified time or specified point in the life cycle of the fungus. The phenomenon of parasexuality is of common occurrence in the members of the class Deuteromycetes. Sexual reproduction is absent in these fungi, and hence the parasexual cycle is of much significance. Now several fungi are known where both sexual and parasexual cycles occur. The following are some important fungi where the phenomenon of parasexuality has been studied. Aspergillus nidulans, Aspergillus niger, fumigates, oryzae, penicillium, etc. So this is Aspergillus niger. Penicillium chrysogenum. So some steps of parasexual cycle. The various steps of the parasexual cycle has been worked out in detail for Aspergillus nidulans, Aspergillus niger, and Penicillium chrysogenum. So in Aspergillus nidulans, which serve as the typical example, the parasexual cycle occurs in the following 4 steps. Establishment of heterokaryosis, formation of heterozygous diploids, occasional mitotic crossing over during multiplication to the diploid nuclei, occasional haplodization through aneuploidy. So mechanism. The parasexual cycle is completed in a number of steps as shown by Pontecorvo in Aspergillus nidulans. So formation of heterokaryotic mycelium. This is necessary for genetic recombination. The anastomosis of somatic hyphae of different genetic constitution is the most common method for the formation of heterokaryotic mycelium. But heterokaryotic mycelium may also be formed by the fusion of some nuclei and their subsequent division, or by the mutation of one or more nuclei of the homokaryotic mycelium in some Ascomycetes. So nuclear fusion or formation of heterozygous diploid nucleus. The fusion of haploid nuclei of similar or dissimilar genotypes results in the formation of homozygous or heterozygous diploid nucleus respectively. If the genotype of unlike nuclei present in the heterokaryotic mycelium is A and B, then 5 types of nuclei can be formed by their fusion, 2 types of haploid nuclei, 2 types of homozygous diploid nuclei, and 1 type of heterozygous diploid nucleus. So multiplication of diploid nuclei. The above mentioned 5 types of nuclei present in the heterokaryotic mycelium presumably multiply at about the same rate, but the diploid nuclei are present in much smaller number than the haploid, and the heterozygous diploid nuclei are present in the ratio of 1:100. Mitotic crossing over. This is most important step in the parasexual cycle. Occasional crossing over takes place during multiplication of diploid nuclei, and this results in the formation of new gene combinations. These recombinations are dependent on the existence of heterokaryosis, and they give the fungus some advantages of sexuality within the parasexual cycle. In Aspergillus nudulans, mitotic crossing over occurs only rarely, with a frequency 10 to 2 per nuclear division. However, in some fungi, it is as frequent as during meiosis. Sorting of diploid nuclei in those fungi which produce uninucleate conidia. Sorting of diploid nuclei takes place by their incorporation into conidia. The conidium which contains diploid nucleus gives rise to diploid mycelium on germination. The diploid strains of several imperfect fungi are now known. The conidia of the diploid strains are smaller, those of the haploid strains. Occasional haplodization of diploid nuclei. Occasionally, some hyphae of diploid mycelium form haploid conidia, which form haploid mycelia on germination. The formation of haploid conidia by diploid mycelium indicates that haplodization occurs in some diploid nuclei. Sorting of new haploid spelling mistake. The new haploid strains are sorted out by the incorporation of haploid nuclei in uninucleate conidia. Some of these haploid strains are genotypically different from their parents because of mitotic recombinations. After the operation of parasexual cycle in the mycelium for some time, the following types of nuclei may occur. Haploid nuclei in both the mycelia of the two different genetic constitution which form heterokaryotic mycelium. Some haploid nuclei of new genetic constitution by genetic recombination, several of diploid homozygous nuclei, and several types of diploid heterozygous nuclei. A comparison of sexual and parasexual cycle is given in the next table. So you can compare them, sexual cycle and parasexual cycle, what is the difference between them. So please go through it. Application of parasexuality. In the industrial process, parasexual cycle has a great impact. The phenomenon of parasexuality is applied in several industrial processes. Most of the fungi which are significant in industries belong to the imperfect group of fungi and they reproduce by parasexual cycle. The better strains of these fungi are obtained by indeed mutation or by making suitable modification in the culture medium. The strains of desirable characters can be developed by mitotic recombination. So conclusion, parasexuality has been known a laboratory phenomenon. However, the result of Ingram, he is the scientist, strongly suggested that it may be widespread in nature. Thank you very much. We will meet on in next lecture.